What's up, guys? It's the grand finals of the Stormgate CHOC charity tournament here between Mixu, our blue Celestial player, and Snoxtar, our red Infernal player, here on Isle of Dread. So right off the bat, we're going to be seeing the double Luminite being taken by Mr. Mixu. I love that. Every time that I see that green glow, the green hexen glow off of the water, I think, like, man, that's so cool. Why couldn't we have had that in StarCraft? Why couldn't we have had that in Warcraft? But hey, the times are changing. What I never realized is that, like, as the Luminite chunks float up off of the mine, they kind of like curve inwards into the collection array. It's not like they're floating straight up. They actually, like, yeah, they curve towards this central bit. Oh no! Yeah. All right, so Mixu surging up his collection array to start healing his prisms as quickly as he can. Oh no! No, actually, I think the play is to no way, does he actually get it? Oh, does he actually get it? No, he's healing faster. Okay, so the prism does not go down, and behind that, Snoxtar is going for a double expand. The double Luminite Shrine finishes up first. We're on the green. Oh, this might be like low violence mode for Korea or something like that, where you know, everything bleeds green. Red blood is not okay. Green blood, very okay. To be fair, for like demonic entities, like no one. The rules are kind of off. Like you can have it be whatever you want. Now chicken blood's another matter. Human blood, I mean, come on. That's just science. The old hemoglobin, making stuff red. Okay, Snoxtar going for the health camp next. No big deal. Okay, a quick ritual chamber. I do like to see this. I hope this means that we're going to be seeing miasma memes or Venom Trap. God, I love Venom Trap. I think Venom Trap play is so good. Or it can be so good anyway. Like the fact that it provides vision and it infests and it has a little bit of a burst damage. I actually prefer that over miasma. I think it's a lot more interesting to set up reactions like that and forcing the opponent to it's almost like an attention and an APM tax on your opponent if they don't know where your Venom Traps are and they need observers to be scouting around and stuff. It just makes them a lot more cautious on the map, and it gives you a lot more breathing room. Why do they have an... Oh, no, that's from the Skyward Salvation. Got it. Cool. Yeah, sure. Alright, Snoxtar coming on down to take the energy regen camp rewards from Mixu's backyard. Guardian Nexus wants to build the... Guardian Nexus is researching... Oh, rollout first, not the solar panels, not the Argent solar panels upgrade. I missed if there was anything that came out of the ritual chamber. Yep, Plague Axe is already finished up. Let's keep an eye on that ritual chamber to see if there's going to be any hexen upgrades. It looks like there's not. I'm actually surprised that Snoxtar didn't throw down an effigy there just to get the... Oh, you know what? He might have used his hexen to infest both of those. So it's fine. Oh no, an Argent goes down and leaves behind a tiny little tombstone. Actually, I think these little tombstones are kind of cool. I like them for the creeps. I don't think every single unit needs a tombstone. That's gonna get very cluttered on the map, but still looks kind of cool. All right, Mixu coming up the left side of the center. I don't know if he wants to, if he's just gonna do a parade push or what. Honestly, I would prefer a morph core to like post up right here and put a chamber of secrets right next to this next to this expansion. There we go. All right, finally we're gonna see army units damaging army units. Not the Fellhog. Yeah, actually, Fellhogs deserve a tombstone of their own. They need monuments and a buff. Unironically, they need a buff. After they got nerfed in the most recent patch in 0.3, they... I don't know. Fellhogs weren't that strong. They were fine. Leave them alone. Oh, man. He's going to be taking so much chip damage here. Whoa, is this a miss rally? Yeah. The the Kree rallying straight into the front lines of the Infernal there. And a Magmadon is not what you want to be rallying into. A little flanky poo over here from Mixu, trying to get some damage done. I don't think he's going to be able to get anything done. Yeah, I don't think those explosions did much, except turn into fiends. They did kind of hurt the fiends though, that the other Kree turned into. A lot of rollouts getting spent there, taking out fiends. Oh, the Nightfall Infestation goes down pretty good, but a Purify goes down immediately afterwards. It's going to do a great job of... oh no, these Archers need to be focusing down this Magmadon! That Magmadon's going to rip and tear through all these Kree if it gets another stomp off. Okay, I was paying attention to that Kree back there to see if the explosion would actually do anything. Oh, fantastic connections there with the Kree rollout. 360 attack. The Hexen does go down, so that means there's not going to be any more skulls coming out anytime soon. Not that it matters, though. Oh, the Spriggans are out. Okay. Yeah, the number of vectors that needs to be on the field for Mixu needs to ramp up very quickly if he wants to not face the wrath of so many Spriggans all at once. Now, the Spriggans, you hover over their Undying Flames. 3 damage doesn't seem like all that much, but they do attack, I believe, 3 times per shot. So it's really 9 times, or, I mean, that's 18 damage on heavy units. And when you have a flock of them like this, like they can really cut through those heavily armored units quite quickly. Oh no, but now they're right next to all these, to the prisms and the collection array. Oh man, that's too bad. Okay, and now, yeah, these prisms are just up free for the taking. No static defense here, and that's an entire mine's worth of, that's an entire worker line worth of mining that just vanished there in about, I don't know, 20-ish seconds. Another chamber going down here, and looks like Mixu's not going to be reacting to it, but even if he could, what would he be reacting with? There we go. There's the vectors that are going to turn around and go home. And these Kree are just the worst possible matchup against these Magmadons. Magmadon's doing their cute little stompy stomps on forward there. And once the stomps run out, that's when the Kree want to come forward because they know they're not going to be taking that bonus damage from the Magmadons. And they can get great surface area. They're kind of smaller units. More stomps going down, giving them resetting a lot of their attacks there. And finally, they managed to rip through them. The Kree doing bonus to light, and the Magmadons doing bonus to heavy. Kind of makes them for a weird pairing, but they do come together eventually. Now the question is, what is Mixu going to do for that eco that he lost in his main? Is he going to try and build another one? I guess not. He really needs another, he needs an arc ship or something. Where's the Therium Purifier? I don't think we see any Therium Purifiers here. That and splitting up his prisms between the two nodes. Oh, there it is. Splitting up his prisms would be quite welcome as well. Oh, wow. Okay, so we just see the final upgrade come down for the Kree, which lets them move around as they explode. So no longer will they just kind of stand in place and you have to hope that your opponent's walking past the Kree corpse to take damage from it. It's going to actually, like, he can move around and... oh, Evolution Catalyst coming down from this, for this Luminite camp, but he has to capture it. He has to capture the Luminite camp because this one's about to run out. Alright, Mixu coming on forward with a bunch of Kree, a bunch of vectors. Not the fellas. Superstone comes down. It's going to try to, yeah, contest these Kree that are, like, really in the worker line. That one Kree is still in rollout mode and hasn't gotten the great AoE that it could yet. Now these vectors are on the retreat. Being supported by a Kree on the front line to kind of tank some damage, but these Kree are still in the worker line. I don't know if they all got evacuated. If all these yeah, it looks like all the imps got evacuated, but there's nothing here to really take care of all of them. That's a lot of eco that's being damaged right now. We need to see kills though, because if they're not, yeah, that's a lot of imps going down. Okay, the Kree finally clean up that worker line. This worker line is not cleaned up yet, but the Magmadon's over here trying to push the Kree out. Yeah, still, there's 11 workers at the natural here for Snoxtar. But Snoxtar's so far ahead in terms of supply that I'm not really sure it's going to matter. Oh, a beautiful laser beam here from the Jesus house, focusing down that Therium shrine. But is it gonna live? No. The Spriggans are just too close. The Vectors need to come over and support. Oh, they should have teleported up to the high ground to take care of these Spriggans. Too late though. Arc Fortress does go down, and now it's Kree trying to hold off Brutes, which won't really work. I think turning around and getting good AoE shots with the injured Kree might be good value for them. Oh no, what's over here that was trying to steal this? Guess we won't see. Unless it was a... I was still seeing a blue blip on the map there. It might have been a scanner that was attached to a tree or something. Doesn't matter. Snoxtar gets the health camp over here. Mixu still doubling down on his on Kree Vector, which is an interesting comp to double down on, considering how many Magmadons there are. I know Spriggans are quite the nuisance, but I want to say that Kree have kind of like outlived their usefulness. If the main composition of your opponent's going to be Brutes and Magmadons, then it might be time to... Oh, Vector spotted a couple of these imps saying, yeah, I see you trying to be sneaky. You're not sneaky. Wait, does it just leave him alone? Oh yeah, he doesn't really have a choice. These, so many of these Spriggans are getting hit by the Vector shots, but I don't think it matters. Snoxtar's got 161 to Mixu's 120. The Animancer here using their fancy laser beams to try and heal up her army. But yeah, the Celestial army is just so small right now. And these Stomps are getting such good connections on so many Vectors, on so many Kree. We're going to see them all exploding here quite shortly. And they're not doing nearly enough damage on the way out. Sabers, I think Mixu desperately needs Sabers at this point just to melt through all the I mean still keep a couple of Kree around, but going mass Kree right now I think is a waste of resources, just inefficient trades. No, Morph Core gets spotted and sniped out of the sky by these Hellborn. Scan goes down to see exactly what the composition is, but it looks like it's quite a sophisticated army at this point. It's going to be Hellborn with Molten Touch. It's going to be fully upgraded Magmadons. Is it fully upgraded Brute? Yeah, upgraded Brutes. Like, this is really good. No! Alright, Animancer goes down. And I think we're reaching the point right now where Mixu's got to be doing some AoE damage, whether that's... Well, not some AoE damage, any AoE damage. The Kree do have the potential to move around, but I haven't seen them really micro the exploding Kree just yet. We need Sabers, and we have to get those... I keep wanting to call it Storm. But yeah, anyway, we just need more AoE. It looks like Mixu keeps on getting chased back, and he's got nothing that's going to zone his opponent out. Sabers to melt the Magmadons, and Animances to give AoE to all these like really small units. Looks like we're going to have a little Fiend run by here. Yeah, has to cancel the array. Snoxtar coming around to look for this other array down in the south. Isn't going to see it, and his Fiends are bleeding off white health as it's happening. Meanwhile, the Flock of Spriggans probably going to come over here to the Double Luminite just because he's banking on it not being defended, I'm assuming. And that assumption would be correct. There's absolutely nothing defending these arrays. This one already ran out of Luminite, though, so taking it out's not going to be as impactful as he hopes, I think. Meanwhile, the Kree over here. Whoa, this is the farthest forward shrine I've ever seen on Isle of Dread. Superstone comes down to try and do a little bit of damage to these Kree. Buying time for the rest of the Infernal Force to come forward. And honestly, it worked out quite well. These Kree get cleaned up before they can do a whole lot of damage to the shrine. The shrine survives and the Superstone goes down, but that was kind of the point of the Superstone, is to take up all that damage. So now Snoxtar's up by more than 100 supply, and it looks like Mixu's down to a single mining collection array, and I mean, he's got more Therium than he knows what to do with. And so does Snoxtar, for that matter. You never really see Infernals with that problem, but he's done a fantastic job of getting all the Therium he could possibly ever want. Now the question is he going to save up for a dragon? He's got the requirements that he needs for a dragon. Creeping up past 1k Luminite, or he could just come forward and win. Why bother waiting? A couple of Cabal out on the map trying to do stuff as well. I'm not sure they're the right matchup for this, honestly. And there's a GG from Mixu. Snoxtar is going to take game 1. Moving on to game 2. Alright guys, here we are in game 2. Snoxtar is up 1-0 in the series. And this time we're on Titan's Causeway. Fancy new Titan's Causeway. Ooh, look at the shiny water and the God Rays. Whoa, so pretty. Alright, very far forward meat farm from Snoxtar here. Again, I don't know how I feel about, like, alright, green bubbling liquid out of the meat farm, totally fine. It's like a witchy cauldron kind of thing, but what sausage has green little splatches like that? I don't know if I like that. I get it, low violence mode is a thing, but whatever. Oh man, the scan goes down perfectly to see the timing of the shrine, excuse me. Interesting, creation chamber right next to the health camp there. I do like it, but what is the point? I'm not trying to say that like, okay, that's a lot of visual noise just for a power bank. That's a lot of, yeah, that's a lot of shiny for a power bank. For a creation chamber, totally understand it. It should be big. For an arc ship, absolutely. It's a huge structure. But for a power bank, it's a little bit too much fireworks. For me. Just for me. Alright, second arc ship being built. And do we see Argents on the way? We do. And what do we got so far for an Infernal army? We've got a couple of Fiends, a couple of Brutes, and a little squad of Gaunts as well. Nice mix. Actually, it's quite a few Gaunts. I'm starting to like it more and more. No upgrades yet on the Gaunts. Let's see if the, okay, the Ritual Chamber's still building. I really like these little lightning zaps that we see between the Therium rocks that are just kind of like bobbing up and down. Here's Snoxtar just cleaning up every single camp that he can get. Oof. I like that scan too. He's like immediately when he saw the camp get taken, he throws down a scan to look at the unit composition of his opponent's army. It's a good use of the scan. Whether or not it's good use of power remains to be seen. The amount of power that regenerates is really slow. It's like 1 power per 7 seconds. I would one day like to see the whoa. Were these ramps always this like angular? I don't think so, right? Maybe it's just a lighting thing that looks strange to me. I don't know. Anyway, all these Argents are now shooting water balloons against a Shadow Demon. They need to get that vision camp. There we go. Just to kind of prevent things from prevent the Infernal Force from sneaking up on him from the north there. One Fiend going to come on forward and try to get a scout on another array, but looks like, do we see another array? No. Mixu's just on 2 arrays right now. There's Plague Axe is almost finished, by the way. Alright, Guardian Nexus just finishes up. Gonna go for the photocapacitors upgrade for the... Okay, now that looks cool. The fog spilling down the cliff onto the camp there. Looks very cool. I thought I set my phone to do not disturb. C-tier caster moment. Unlike, don't subscribe, do not check out my YouTube channel. Alright, now it's looking like, yeah, Mixu needs to push in here, do something. The, if he wants to keep this creation chamber, I guess he didn't, but what can you really do to challenge all this? Yeah, once the Magnodon starts stomping forward, you almost are forced to, like, move away from it. Good pickup on the cabbage by that Magnodon, by the way. All these Argents are going to be doing bonus damage to all these heavily armored brutes, which is great. Kree rollout starts up, which is going to be nice if we see Kree on the battlefield. But really, I think these Argents are trading like really well. They're doing a really good job against these brutes and the Magmadons. I know that rollout is basically mandatory against Kree, but I don't think there's anything out here that really needs that much Kree. It's not as if these Gaunts are going to be doing a ton of damage to the Argents. Anyway, on the other side of these trees, we are going to see another array go down, a couple of power banks. Another power bank going down. Yeah. Mixu really wants power for something, but he's already floating 50, so he's not exactly hurting for it either. Alright, all these Argents getting great connections on this shrine. Down the shrine goes. And I think I think Snoxtar is going to be trying to block this off. Good splits here from Mixu, but not good enough. Yeah, the Magmadon still gets really good connections on this big Argent ball. And now that, like, all those Argents need to go find a health camp and go chill. Or sit underneath of an arc ship that has a lot of power and stay healed up. No, it's fully powered. It's fully powered. I'm surprised it didn't. Maybe it just was out of range. Another Nightfall Infestation goes down, but I think Mixu might be out of Purify charges here. Now he's really in trouble. Oh no! Do we see? Okay, we see some debilitates, but I think the debilitates need to be targeted and not auto-casted. Okay, there we go. Now they're finally getting a couple of heals here. But it's the heals that they need to continue fighting. Another Magmadon Stomp goes forward, and he's, again, getting great connections on these Kree. The Kree really need to be focusing down what they're good at, which is taking out the concentrations of Gaunts and the Hexen as well. Where's the Gaunts here? Okay, they're fully upgraded. Yeah, they're moving quite fast now. Do we have Molten Touch out for the Hellborn? Not just yet. I don't know what's making that really creepy noise, but I like it. Alright, I think the Debilitate went... No, the Debilitate did not go down to the Magmadon. Yikes. Dude, you have to get... you have to regenerate those Cabal, like, yesterday. Whoa, huge connections here for the Sovereign's Watch. I keep forgetting just how long of a range it is. It's almost like a good anti-siege weapon here. Kree's getting good connections on the Hellborn. Purify going down right where the Nightfall Infestation was going to go down. And the Kree aggro up these Shadow Mastiffs and make it Snoxtar's issue to deal with. Oh, Kree! Great connections by these Kree on all these Gaunts. Now they just need to finish them off. Yeah, that's a lot of Gaunts that got caught. Alright, things are starting to turn around. Mixu's actually ahead by quite a bit here. Snoxtar down 70 supply to 135, and he's spending the money as fast as he can get it. Mixu, on the other hand, I'm surprised he's continuing to push this attack. He's so far ahead. He could probably just sit back and chill for a little bit. Let his units heal up, and keep getting his eco up online. I don't know if you know. Oh, a little Kree run by over here, taking care of how many work? Well, no, it didn't take care of too many imps. This is actually fantastic imp micro from Snoxtar. He's already got the reinforcements back here, making sure that his workers aren't taking that much damage, and boop. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, there might have been some imps that fell there, but. Couldn't have been too many. Meanwhile, Mixu comes back up to the 12 o'clock position. He's going to start fighting not the Fell Hogs. The imps turning into Flame Imps, trading workers for doing damage to his opponent's army. Mixu's still up by quite a bit of army supply, though. And Yeah, I think he's just being a little bit too aggressive with his army right now. Mixu needs to sit back and chill a little bit, but that option is gone now. All these, the power banks are trying to refuel the Argents as quickly as they can. Snoxtar having to fight to a choke here, which is just absolutely terrible. Oh, no. Okay, a couple of Hellborn do take out the power bank that had Sovereign's Watch going on top of it, so that falls. And now, now Mixu is in quite a spot of trouble. He's on red power now. That's weird. I don't know why this, the UI isn't updating the level of power here. But the supply count is really evened out. I mean, Snoxtar is on the verge of taking the lead here. He took a fantastic fight there. He took out a bunch of power banks, took out a collection array. Mixu's absolutely struggling to stop this his army supply from hemorrhaging, but these these flaming imps are getting incredible connections on all the army of Mixu. And now Snoxtar is pulling way ahead. His supply count is just so far ahead now. Alright, now the Arc Station and the Arc Ship are trying to flee from the scene of these Hellborn, which are... I mean, they've taken down another array. I can't believe it. Snoxtar snatching victory from the jaws of defeat here. Yeah, and he's backed up Mixu all the way back to his natural, which is, I mean, functionally his main. This is where all his production is. That's where his research structure is. Yeah, Mixu GG's out of there. I can't believe it. Snoxtar with the comeback of a lifetime. Alright, Snoxtar goes up 2-0 in the grand finals of this CHOC charity tournament. Alright guys, game 3 here, the grand finals between Mixu, our blue celestial player, and Snoxtar, our red infernal player. I'm going to start off with a creation chamber first for Mixu. Oh, and he tried to do a little Chamber of Secrets here, trying to proxy something, get some aggro in as quickly as possible. Shroudstone's going to go down on the high ground, though. And we're all ready to get things moving here. This Argent's coming forward and saying, trick or treat. Oh, no, you got to... Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's a fell hog. You don't want to 1v1 a fell hog. You don't want to be doing that, dude. Oh, yeah, if this Shroudstone comes online, that's going to be a big problem. That's a lot of DPS. It's going to be raining down from on high, and he's going to have trouble maintaining high ground. Actually, no, he won't have trouble maintaining high ground vision, not with the Arc Ship there. These Fiends, though, are going to be a huge problem. Oh, no, not like this. Not like this. Yeah, and this entire position is just lost now, I think. I love the projectile effect from the Shroudstone, by the way. I think it just looks so cool. Alright, Argent's burning energy to take down a perma effigy, but honestly, he needs to do it. And the Shroudstone's gonna slowly but surely keep chipping away at this, the creation chamber. No, but the Fiend flank is gonna come around here and cause big movement problems for Mixu. Mixu does manage to sneak out of there, but will he be able to get underneath of his Arc Ship in time to get healed up there? Kind of. But yeah, that creation chamber is just toast. It is just toast. That's all there is to it. Yeah, I don't know. I think committing to this is going to be a little bit too... I think it's going to be resources wasted. This needs to, like, whatever Argent he wants to make next needs to be saved up for another collection array back home. I know he's going to lose production here, and he's going to lose these power banks, but honestly, I think this is looking very not good for Mixu. But well, I say that, but his Argent numbers are starting to creep up here. The trouble is that the Gaunt numbers are also creeping up, and Gaunts are not going to be taking the same amount of damage that a Brute would be taking. But they're still going to have the bouncing axes as well. Oh, and right in front of that Shroudstone. Is he going to be able to take it down? No! I think one more volley would have taken care of it. You know what? You know what else would have been kind of nice? Is some kind of a static defense, like a strike node or something. Or better yet, a blast node. Just because there's so many Gaunts here, they would be taking fantastic AoE damage from a blast node there. One gaunt goes down. Alright, these brutes are doing such great damage against the, against that creation chamber. Now, yeah, Mixu's stuck basically in a fighting retreat. He's got no way of defending that creation chamber now. And honestly, I don't think he's got any way of defending this creation chamber either. Oh man, that thing's so low. It's so low on health. Just go up there and one volley. One volley would be fine. I love that the effigies still have death noises, by the way. The what? Still gets me. Oh no, but the Hellborn's out now. Yeah, this position is just lost. Now get the Morph Core out of there. Put your collection array literally anywhere else. This position is just gone. The bright side to all this, though, for Mixu is that Snoxtar's also been just on one base. Do we see... Okay, Plague Axe is probably out. Yeah, Plague Axe is out. Let's keep an eye on this, on the Ritual Chamber, though, just to make sure that we're not going to be missing any other upgrades. Okay, yeah, he straight up just abandons the entire position, which is honestly the smart move. You know what would be really cool, actually, is a link node right here, some kind of a static D that can shoot like over the cliff because of the vision that the Argent's are going to be able to provide, or I mean even the Arc ship would be able to provide. It'd be really cool. There we go. There's Reaper's Rush coming online for Snoxtar. And it looks like his shrine's about halfway done. Do we see another array finishing up here? Okay, it's still on the way. But he's also got to be building, prisms. Yeah, there we go. We do see a couple of prisms getting built, but... Oh, man. Watching Argents fire their water balloons against creep camps and, like, struggle to take down a level 1 creep camp is literal pain. That bouncing noise that the Greater Jerboa makes, by the way, is never going to get old. Oh no, the Fiends are going to come by, and I think they're going to try and do a run by... Oh! What a great way to, what a great read by Snoxtar, knowing where his opponent's going to try and reposition. Oh, these Argents want to get some of that Hellborn. The Hellborn does manage to, maneuver away from it all, though, and now the Argents can turn and fight on their own health camp, which would be great if they had more health. But no, a prolonged engagement is not going to happen, especially when like a lot of these Argents only have a sliver of health, and they're taking AoE damage on high from this Hellborn, really getting bullied out of his own main, and getting bullied away from his own health camp too. Oh man, this is just a disaster catastrophe. Yep, there's the GG from Mixu. His army is split. He's got a fraction of his opponent's supply, and that'll be it for Game 3. Snoxtar's up, going to game point. Into game number 4. What's going on, guys? It's Frank with game number 4 in this best of 7 match point for Snoxtar. And right off the bat, looks like Mixu has swapped factions into the Vanguard, and his scout manages to get an early scout of his opponent's base, and it looks like Snoxtar is going to get the early scout off as well. Doesn't have to dork around going through the rest of the map to figure out where his opponent's at. They both know where each other's at before the first minute mark. And yeah, looks like the first vault's going to go down. First conclave as well is finishing up. Are we going to see gaunts coming out immediately? I don't think we will. Oh no, but the Hexen's burning a couple of skulls on these bobs that are... I mean, granted, it is lost mining time, but that's infestation that he's not going to get turned into fiends. But I guess it's just one skull, and I mean, eventually it's going to turn into fiends, right? There we go. Here comes the dog. Here comes the dog to be annoying. Nicely done. Yeah, okay. So now Mixu's going to be super annoying with the dog, which forces away some DPS from the camp, which means that, yeah, that Brute's probably going to get turned into a couple of fiends prematurely. He might have wanted to save that, but yeah, it's time for this dog to leave. I think Mixu knows that fiends are just as fast as the dog, so if he tries to turn and fight... Wow, there we go. Now he's getting good connection with the Lancer. But neither one of these Whoa, 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 whoa. Killing the greater Jerboa. Oh no, Mixu's on 200 ping. That's not great. I don't know if he's asking for to remake the match or not, but apparently not. Snoxtar's going to keep on going for the speed camp here. Meanwhile, back at the base of Mixu. Oh, it sounds like there was a pause. You know what? I never thought about how the replay would handle a pause, but I mean, it seems like it handled it just fine. Nice. I love to see a sentry post here right next to the worker line, especially once he starts. If he could throw an exo in there, and maybe put like a solar habitat right here that can shift between increasing the output of the barracks and increasing the DPS for this sentry post would be great. Weird that this Bob didn't go back to mining Luminite. It's also weird that he used overcharge on this on all these Bobs, because I don't think they get. I mean, they don't get bonus mining time, right? Anyway, there's the BK lab coming up, so we're probably going to be seeing exos here pretty soon. I don't know that we see tier 2 being evolved yet. No, none of the command posts are being upgraded in tier 2 just yet. Alright. Couple of Lancers, couple of dogs coming on forward to take the Vision Camp. I like it. And yeah, Snoxtar, very characteristically, just being very active out on the map, getting as many camps as he can, just because he's got the volume of fiends to do it. The fiends are pretty fast, and I think the issue right now for Mixu is that none of his he would want to be active on the map and taking all these creep camps out as well. It's just that Lances are not fast, and they wouldn't be able to get to those different camps as quickly as he would like. Now he could spend a bunch of money on dogs and get a pack of dogs, which do bonus damage to creeps to do the same thing. But then that eats up time that the barracks would otherwise be building army units. You know, because he's got to start plussing up on exos. He's got to keep his Lancer numbers high. So spending that time building dogs, I think, would be putting him a little bit behind. And I say that, but it looks like Mixu's taken all the camps that have been captured on the map so far. Ooh, a couple of Bobs coming forward to give a cheeky backdoor to this Infernal player. There we go. Now the Lancers are getting on through. The Bobs are going to keep on widening the aperture there. Oh, and it looks like they catch a Gaunt drop that was on the way over to his main, but it looks like it's not going to be enough to stop it. Yeah, the Lancers don't stop and turn around. A couple of Fiends are out now. Where did the sentry post go? No, the triple promote wasn't enough. Doesn't matter though. Looks like these Lancers are going to be getting fantastic connections on the in the worker line here. Yeah, only 3 imps remaining working. But the stomps from the Magmadon doing so much damage, clearing out a bunch of trees too. Which yep, and there's the server crash. All right, guys, here we are in game number 4, part 2. There was a server issue on the on Game 4 Part 1, where I guess I don't know, the game crashed or some hosted server crashed somewhere, and a referee decision had to be made to, instead of calling the game one way or the other, the game was just remade. So this is on paper it's Game 4, match point for Snoxtar. But really, this is the 5th game in the series that's been played in this best of 7. Anyway, There we go. It looks like Mixu's going to use a little howl on his doggy. He's going to find where Snoxtar's at. Does see that the first brute's already been made. Hexen's already on the way out. And that the Conclave is done. Got to see the progress on the Conclave as well. No, doggy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're taking a lot of damage from the gaunts. That's what you're doing. Yeah, he knows that the cabbage is right over here anyway, so he can afford to take a couple of hits. Gets completely healed up. Alright, Snoxtar doing his usual Snoxtar thing, just being absolutely dominant with the creep camps here. Mixu scouts trying to get a good look around, but oh no, this is not the fight you want to take, Lancer. No, you're gonna get completely surrounded. Don't sacrifice the Lancer. No. The dog comes along and snipes the effigy, preventing a permanent effigy from going down, which is gonna be super annoying. Skull goes down and doesn't manage to get the Lancer. Lancer chews his way through a couple of fiends on the way out, but is he going to be able to survive? No, he doesn't. Also turns into a fiend. Man, that is a lot of army loss from Mixu on the retreat. And it looks like Snoxtar is still pretty healthy on his army count. He's got enough to keep on running through camps here and getting more and more and more fiends, but he doesn't have any energy left on his Hexen. So I say that he can get more and more fiends, but he's very energy blocked right now. Snoxtar has been getting plague axes pretty quickly in this series, but we don't see a. There we go. There's a ritual chamber, and I'll bet you that the moment that it's finished, the plague axe upgrade is going to get procced. It's going to get started, and yeah, and then he's going to be able to get more and more and more fiends. Now there it is. Yep, plague axes. The next question becomes, when do you start putting down Static D as Mixu? Because you know that Snoxtar is going to show up with a whole bunch of fiends. Honestly, I wouldn't hate seeing a bit of a wall off here with like maybe a single point of entry, and that way he can use the Lancer to do like a Lancer door, where he can kind of be like have that 300 moment where he can kind of funnel his opponent into an entrance point. Man, that fiend is just going to chill next to that Luminite camp and be really annoying. No, these two Bobs are going to come forward and they don't know what's coming for them, but it's fine. Speaking of Bobs, another hero Bob comes back here and creates a back door to get into the main of Snoxtar. Reaper's Rush starts up, like, not immediately, but pretty quickly shortly after Plague Axes is done. But do we see any upgrades coming out of the BK lab? We do not. So it looks like it's a lot of beefy Lancers here, some pretty good veterancy Lancers coming on forward. They find a couple of Brutes, and they say, hey, Brutes, come on. Come on, we just want to talk. We just want to talk. But does he have... No, he doesn't have kinetic... he doesn't have kinetic redirection down on his Lancers yet. Turning and firing with that Exo, I think, was not the move. Oh, stops by the speed camp to get a speed boost. Get away from that Magnon as quickly as he can, which I liked. But this is just a tower defense at this point. Like, he's running past so many units to get and he's just taking damage the entire time. All right, Snoxtar's army does show up at the natural of Mixu, and there's no static D here to kind of provide enough DPS to scare off this infernal aggression. Bobs are getting up the sentry post as quickly as they can. Now, all right, yeah, throw the Lancer inside of there. Nicely done. Okay, now the Bobs need to get back, and they need to keep repairing the they need to keep repairing the sentry post, and they did try to, but I get it. You want to pull your Bobs so they're not getting hit by the Magmadon stomps, but And the Hornet goes down as well. Yeah, this is just so much army inside of Mixu's natural. The supplies don't seem that uneven, but I mean, I don't see any army out here for Mixu. I think this might just be it. Yep, GG goes down. Snoxtar 4-0s Mixu and goes on to win the CHOC Charity Tournament. GG's, guys. Congratulations, Snoxtar.